And we're going to take this video and turn it into a perfect loop. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is zoom in and get your clips, duplicate a clip and match these clips, find it in and then out that match. So in my case, if I'm jumping up and that's where the cut is, the next frame also needs to start with me jumping up. So it kind of creates a fluid motion, and that's what you're trying in this first step. Then once you've found this, we're gonna create a background that we can loop separately, because this jumping loop is gonna be super short, but the background loop is supposed to be longer to give the illusion of it actually being a long video. Okay, and in my case, I don't have a clear image of the background, so I kind of have to stitch it together and use a bit of AI, but no worries, everything I use is free. And also, if you have a clear picture of your background, you can skip this step and move on to the next step. What I am doing here is I'm cropping together two images, but I can't perfectly crop them together. There's still an artifact, which in my case is the shoe. So this is what we're going to be using AI for. I'm exporting this image as a still image, and then I'm opening Apple Photos app. You need a M1 MacBook for this, or later, because you need Apple Intelligence, but as you can see, it works perfectly, and it is free and built in. And with this image now completely, with everything removed, we can move on to the next step, which will be to stitch this together with the rest of the image, because some parts of the image actually have to be moving, but not everything has to be. So that is what we're doing right now. We're creating a mask, and we're basically cutting out everything that's moving. That the person that's jumping rope we're cutting out, but the water we're leaving in. And the mask is kind of weird. You got to start at the first frame, or otherwise it's gonna move. But I've fixed it here, and here you see me adding feathering, and that's super cool because it makes these edges go away, and it looks way better. You can't even tell. And now what we've basically created is a background that doesn't have anything in it, no person moving. And you could record this, obviously. If you already have this, perfectly fine, just skip to the next step. But if you don't, you would need to make it yourself, like I just did. Okay, to make this mask better and to actually be able to see the rope, we're gonna add a regular shape draw mask, because that way you can actually still see the rope, and it doesn't have to be a perfect magnetic mask because the sky isn't moving anyways. It just needs to be an inverted mask of the one we used below. And it doesn't really matter what we do here, because as I said before, this is not a matter of detailed work. You should have these should match. I'm gonna copy this, gonna apply only the mask, and now we should be good to go. I believe I just have to sync these. Okay, so jumping, landing, jumping, but I'm already in the air here, so either a lot more here. Okay, either this point right here, where my legs are kind of off to the side, or like this part right here. Wait, am I landing? Right, yeah, okay, I'm landing here. This, I believe, is the perfect spot. Yep. Okay, so now a trick is to take this clip, take it back here and align it perfectly. Zoom in till you can see each frame. Take the old clip, and I'm gonna hit Q. Now, if we delete this clip, now we have perfectly loopable clips. Now let's look at this. You can tell there's some weird going on with the legs anatomically. It doesn't look normal to be jumping ropes like that. But apart from that, if you just look at the whole body, It is perfect.